Hi, I'm Jana Semeniuk with 360 Alberta, and today we're here with Aaron Barr, who's giving us an update on the Canadian Rockies Hemp Company hemp processing facility currently going up in Bruderheim. Thank you so much for joining us, Aaron.
Yeah, thanks for being out here today. As you can see, it's busy, it's dry, it's nice. We got construction crews going at it, so we hope the building will be buttoned up here before winter time, and equipment will start to be delivered in before Christmas.
So you're anticipating the farmers' bales to be coming in anytime now?
Yeah, we're just finishing up baling for the season, so the bales are coming off the field. And as you can kind of see behind us, we just finished putting in our foundation for our scale. So as soon as that's actually delivered and installed here on site, farmers will be bringing their bales just into the site behind us here. So this year we hope to process between 25 to 35,000 bales in this facility, and so we're excited to get going.
Excellent. And I know that the water has been a huge concern from a lot of residents and for you folks as well, looking at a very wet spring this year. So I wonder if you could show us one of the storm ponds that you folks are building out here.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously everyone knows if you're in construction, landscaping, farming, this year was an extremely wet year. So that was one of the major concerns about doing any development is stormwater management, site grading. So there was obviously an issue in the town before with drainage issues and flooding. So that was a big component part of our development was the civil work, is to make sure that we have proper stormwater capture, site grading, to not only allow for us to have fire suppression on site, but also manage the stormwater in the rainy seasons that we have here.
So Aaron, can you tell us how large this pond is?
I believe this pond is about 250 feet by about 100 feet. So we kept going up in capacity, not only just for better stormwater capture, but also the clay base was really good for some of our building sites. So we ended up going a little bit bigger and deeper than even the engineers recommended. So we feel we have more than ample stormwater capture. As you can see by the size of this one, this is just one of the 4 ponds on our site.
And so you've got 4 ponds on the site, and are they all for storm capture? You have 2 of them, I think they're designated for another purpose.
For fire suppression, yeah. So the whole site has been graded to allow for all 4 ponds to capture water. So 2 of them have just a specific use, such as this one. So this one will be lined to better hold the water that we can then use for fire suppression. The stormwater management ponds are not lined, so it actually allows for filtration and better just capture and release.
So it looks like we have a storm pond here actually in use.
Yeah, it actually has water in it serving its purpose. So as you can kind of see, the whole site grade and drains essentially all the way through our ponds. You can see the last one right here and then drains into this final one. So it's been engineered to allow proper flow and release of the rainwater.
So Aaron, it looks like your building's up.
Yeah, it's about time, right? It's nice after all the spring and summer that we've had to actually be staring at a structure. So the crews are moving pretty quick. The Thompson construction guys have been awesome for such a wet year. But we hope to have the building buttoned up here in the next couple weeks and be starting to work on the interior stuff.
So how large is the building?
It's 400 by 100, so 40,000 square feet, which will house 4 different hemp processing lines.
So Aaron, does Canadian Rockies Hemp Corporation also own this land behind us here?
Yeah, so the whole site is 75 acres, so that was kind of the idea by choosing this parcel, was specifically to have a large land size available for bale storage, for processing capacity, for expansion down the road if things go well. So being on the edge of town and a former agricultural parcel, it was just perfect for what we wanted to do.
So you've already had a lot of companies inquiring about finished product that they can buy to turn into other things.
Yeah, the demand actually has been substantial, which is nice to see that you're actually doing something and people want the product. But there's an existing global market for hemp in Asia and Europe, and we're just finally tapping into that now into North America. So now that hemp is not banned both in the U.S. and in Canada, processing capacities, farm production is now going up, and we're just looking to tap into that global market now in Canada.
Canadian Rockies Hemp is planning on also growing their own little patch of hemp.
Yeah, absolutely. More for trial varieties. So we have a couple different varieties that we're growing this year of our hemp. So we'll be doing some 5 to 10 acre parcels probably out here next year. Just behind us in front of this sign will be anywhere from 10 to 20 acres of hemp fields next year, hopefully.
And how many different varieties of hemp is there?
The approved cultivar list, you'd probably actually have to ask Spencer about that, but I believe there's about 25 to 30 this year of different varieties that a farmer can grow of hemp.
And what do you plan on growing here? Just one variety?
We'll probably end up doing about 5 to 10 different trials. There's lots of different varieties that have different purposes. So some would have higher fiber content, some would have a better seed content, some grow better in certain conditions. So that's what we're trying to figure out, is what is the best varieties for us and our farmers.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Aaron.
Yeah, no problems. Glad to have you guys out.
I'm Jana Semeniuk with 360 Alberta.